morning to one and all present here. Myself and Kalpana. I am from Sri G.K.Jain Higher Secondary School, Roypuram. Today for the 10th standard I am going to explain the topic is periodic classification. In a periodic classification we have more than 100 elements are present in it. So in a periodic classification the elements will be having a fixed place over. That means it will be having a fixed position. For example, if you consider it as a hydrogen means the place for the hydrogen is 1. Okay, it never be changed. So in a periodic, if you have seen the fruit shop, what have to do? They have been arranged the fruits according to the sizes, according to the color. The same way in a periodic classification, according to the property of the individual elements, they have been arranged. Okay, let's see. In a periodic classification, we have it is been classified as a periods and groups. Okay, in a horizontal row, horizontal means from left to right. This is the horizontal. So these horizontal row will be called it as a periods. We having 7 periods. That means 7 horizontal row will be present in your periodic table. First we see in a first period, that means in the first row we having only 2 elements, hydrogen and the helium. Okay, so totally it will be otherwise called as the shortest because 2 elements only present in it. So the first period will be called it as the shortest period. Will be having 2 elements will be present in it. And the next second row we having a short element. Okay, short period. First one is the shortest, second one is the short period. Because here we having a 8 element present in it. Started from 3 till with 10. And the third row will be also having called it as a short period because it is also be having 8 elements present in it. And the fourth period will be called it as a long period because here we having 18 elements. So this is the way we have seen 2, 8, 8, 18, 18, so totally we having 4, 5, 32, 32. So this is the way they have been, the elements have been arranged in it. Okay, next one is so first is the shortest will be having 2 and the second one is also be short will be called it as, so it having 3 to 10 elements, third will be 3 to 10 elements, 11 to 18 elements, also called short period, and the fourth group will be called long period, which will contains 18 elements. In the 18 elements 10 elements will be in a normal way and the 8 elements will be called it as a transition elements because those elements present in the D block. Easily it has get it transmit to the some other properties. Easily it has changed its property. That is why it should be called it as a transition element. The transition elements means D block elements. So in the fourth group it will be 18. 18 means 10, 8. 10 in a normal, 8 in a transition. Again the fifth is also be the same. Start from 37 to 54 long period. Again it should be also 10, 8. 10 normal, 8 transition. Transition means present in the D block. And the 32, 6th and the 7th group will be called it as a longest period because it will be having 32 elements present in it. Among the 32, 8 is a normal, 10 is a transition and the 14 is a inner transition because let you see the periodic table we having S block, P block and in between the S block, P block will be called it as a transition, that means D block. Again the F block it has been separately will be having, but it has not been started from there. It has been from the connectivity of D block. Okay, so that is why those elements present in the F block will be called it as a inner transition. That means it is get it from the transition only. So those 14 elements will be called it as an inner transition. So in the 6th and the 7th we will be having an inner transition 14. One will be called it as a actinides, other will be called it as a lanthanides. Lanthanides, actinides. 14 elements are present. So this is the characteristics of periods. Let's see the group. Group means it has been from top to bottom. This will be called it as a group. Totally we having a, let's see, group. So group means first group it will be first 18 groups are present. That means 18 columns are present in the periodic table. and the first element, first group will be called it as a alkali metal. Those alkali will be present in it, and second one will be alkali earth metal. These two will be called it as a S block element. So in S block element we having a 2 column, alkali metals and the alkali earth metals. And next one is a from 13 to 12, it is a transition. That means it is present in between the S and the P block. Those 3 to 12 will be called it as a D block element. And 13 to 18 will be present at the corner, called it as a P block element. Let's see the P block element. 13th group will be a boron family, and 14th, the first property of the element is 14th group carbon, 15th nitrogen, 16th oxygen, 17th halogen, chlorine, fluorine, and 18th noble gas, helium, neon. That's all. Okay, this is the characteristics for the group. And let's see there are some more definition present in the periodic classification. First one, atomic radius. You already know about the radius. Half of the diameter will be called radius. The same. So atomic radius means if you consider it as an atom, the distance between the center of the atom and the outermost electron, because it has been different depending upon the size of the atom. Some atom will be smaller in size. For example, hydrogen atomic number is 1. So it should be very smaller, less in size. So the distance is very less. So the atomic radius will be differed depending upon the size of an atom. Okay. So the atomic radius is defined as the distance between the center of the nucleus as well as the outermost electron. And next one, again it will be atomic radius, otherwise called it as metallic radius and the covalent radius. Metallic radius means which is considered as a metals. So here we having the half of the distance between the two adjacent atom. Half of the distance between the two adjacent atom will be called metallic radius, and the covalent radius will be a non-metallic one. Again it should be also the same one. And next one is this is the atomic radius. And next one you see the ionic radius. Ionic means when it forms the ion. So for example, if you take an element helium or a hydrogen, if you take a hydrogen, the atomic number for hydrogen is 1. Okay, the hydrogen, if it has to get in, so let you take some other elements as an example. Those elements, they wanted to get it as a stable configuration, means either they have to remove the electron or lose the electron. Okay. So for example, sodium, the atomic number for sodium is 11. So if you want to attain the stable configuration means 10. Okay, related with the stable configuration is 10. So they wanted to lose the electron. One electron they wanted to lose. If loses the electron, it will be formed as a cation. When gain it, the electron will be called it as an anion. Plus minus symbol will be there. So that is the ionic radius. And next one is the ionization energy. Ionization energy means here you have to consider energy. So energy is required to remove the most loosely bonded. Most loosely bonded means if you consider the atom, we have a lot of shells will be there. Usually most loosely bonded is a valence shell. Valence shell is the outermost shell, will be called it as a valence shell. Then the outermost shell will be able to combine with the other also, and it is capable, the electrons will be loosely bonded also. So minimum energy will be required to remove the loosely bonded. That will be called it as a ionization energy. And next we are going to see the electron affinity. The term electron affinity is amount of energy released when a gaseous atom gain an electron to form an anion. So I already told that what is meant by anion and cation. So anion and cation is nothing else. When an electron it get attain the stable configuration, they have to lose the electron or gain the electron. Here it is lose the electron, then only it form the anion. So those the energy will be used to lose the electron or gain the electron. So the energy used to remove the electron, that means loss the electron, to gain the electron will be called electron affinity. So to form a gain an electron will be formed as an anion. For example, let us consider an element will be having an atomic radius 9. The stable configuration nearly to the 9 is 10. So if you want to attain the 10 means it has been gained 1 electron for that stable configuration. So if we spend some energy, that will be called it as an electron affinity, and it will be formed as an anion. Gaining the electron means negative symbol anion. Losing the electron means positive symbol cation. Okay. And next one is the electronegativity. Electronegativity is, we know about the covalent bonded. Bonded, usually what is meant by bonded? Some relation or some sharing together for the two atom. Any two atom, they have to share the electrons together. That will be form as a bonded. Okay. If suppose we have taken a two electron A and B, A is more stronger, B is weaker. Okay. They have to transfer the electron, but which one gaining the electron means they have which one has the strongest electron. So atom to attract the shared pairs of electron towards itself, usually strongest electron only to attract it easily. That will be the process, will be called it as a electronegativity. And next one is a metallurgy. Metallurgy means we know metals have been obtained from the earth crust. The process we are getting that, no, that will be called metallurgy. First, let's see the terms which will be used in the metallurgy. Minerals. Usually minerals means present in the earth crust. It will be having a metals. And next one, ore. Usually minerals and ores having the same metals in it. But compared to the mineral, ore will be having a large scale of metals. That is why if you have extract the metals, we have preferred the ore only. Okay. And next one, mining. So the process will be taking place. That will be called it as a mining. The process of getting a metal from the ore. And next one, ganju. So it is get it from the earth only. So that is why some other impurities will be there. So the impurities which is associated with the ore, that will be called it as a ganju. Okay, some impurities will be there. Can you leave it for the time thing? No, we have to remove it. What we have to do? So you have to use the flux. So flux is a substance. Okay, flux is used to remove the impurities. So next one is a slag. Slag means a flux, the substance which is used the impurities, and it is associated with the ganju. It is called as a slag. So in this video we have see the important definition and the important terms which is present in the periodic table. Thank you.